couldn't get it shut off either.
Yeah, mine won't shut off. Okay, you open the door and put the key in the ignition.
All right, I'm going to call the meeting to order. The first thing we need to do is approve the agenda.
So move.
Second it.
Curtis and Jill. Moved and seconded to approve the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, next I need to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Shrivogel
Second.
and Ruda. Moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, recognition.
I just want to recognize the Teen Cuisine group that's here. If you're not in the room, or if you can't smell it, it's too bad. It really smells good. I'm looking forward to your presentation and looking forward to sampling what you have to offer. So congratulations and thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
All right, let's move to financials. Mike.
Okay, on page 1 of the warrants, kind of in the middle of the page, the Amplify Education, the English book program that Scott's been mentioning and talking to you, and you approved last month, we ordered $129,601.04 of books this month, and we had to get it in so we could get a discount. And then on page 2, Edgenuity, just paying for some of the online classes for this year, $10,200. And then on page 5, Pikes Material and Handling, we paid $19,950 on the road to the barn out there. Then on page 7, Train, we paid $11,370 to repair the north chiller. So warrants for this month, $402,828.08. And then revenue expenses, balances, where we expect to be with our cash balances. And then on page 12, our fund expense summary, me and Scott were just discussing that, and we're looking where we expect to be this time of year for our remaining budget balances. And then back behind that's the transfers and high school, middle school reports. So if you have any questions.
So this really has nothing to do with financials, and it's very minimal. I just noticed that the concession stand has $165 Midwest Energy bill. Do we heat the concession stand during the winter to 80 degrees or something? I don't know. It just caught my eye. I'm like, wow, that's higher than my house. And my house is a lot bigger than.
Cannot speak to that. We'll have to look into it. I don't know.
So,
Yeah, we can look in that.
caught my eye.
All right, does anyone have any questions for Mike?
That's not the football one, is it? Is it keeping the water from freezing?
Pro,
Midwest Energy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we ought to check that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep her at 55.
56. All right. If nobody has any more questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the financials at $402,828.08.
Moved.
Ryan Shrivogel.
Second.
Curtis. Moved and seconded to approve the financials. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, no public patron concerns, so we'll move to the administrative reports and Dr. Myers.
Three things to talk to you about. It was just referenced, Mike talked about during the warrants, the purchase of the Amplify, the ELA resources for Elementary World. That's all going down the pipeline. Randy and Amy really worked really hard going back and forth with the company to get all the discounts we possibly could get, and then also just to get them to get it to us in time, because in order for it to come in at this lower, we needed to take care of it tonight. And it was like pulling teeth, wasn't it, ladies? But they got it. The persistence. You don't want Randy or Amy chasing you. If you owe them $10, just give it to them. They're gonna chase you down. we're all also lined up to purchase the secondary materials. You'll show up in the warrants next month, but we needed to delay that from this month because the digital aspect of it, we want to be able to use it for the entire year next year. And if we pushed it through tonight, it would have run out mid-year next year, so it would not have been very smart. So orders are being made. Then next step for the principals will be setting up the professional learning opportunities to bring in the reps to work with our teachers during the spring, so that when they go away for the summer, they'll have an opportunity to even get a little bit more versed in the materials and be able to hit the ground running. So it's actually followed through according to Hoyle as we originally stretched this out when we first put it together. So very pleased with that. Virtual school work, as you will recall, I personally believe that we should provide a variety of options to our students. Now, and virtual schooling is a piece of that. It doesn't fit all, having been involved in this intimately. And I teach online. I don't really care for it myself, but it does fit the needs of some. Nowadays, in order to operate your own virtual school, there's a whole process of application through the State Department, and Jerry and Amy Wickwer are heading this up. They've been doing the investigation on this and working through the application itself. I can't remember exactly the deadline, Jerry, to the state.
February.
Sometime in February. And so we will bring it before you, and a part of that is the board has to approve it before we do it. But just so the grand scheme of things, what we're looking at is next year, if everything's successful, we'd launch it with sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And toward that end, Jerry did a survey with his students and got, I don't know, how many kids said they'd be interested in doing it next year?
We had 12 interested that they wanted to do it. We had 20 responses saying that they would like to do it, but only 12 of them would qualify.
Okay. And so there's, many miles to go before we sleep on this, but we'll get it set up. And we're working on, the curriculum side of it, who's going to run it, all that kind of good stuff. If you'll recall, when we were remote a year ago, and then we were not able to be remote now, as we feared, we lost some of our students. They liked the remote, and so they went to other virtual schools. They went to virtual schools because we did not have that to offer. Majority of them went across went 6 miles east to attend their virtual school, but others went to others as well. So it does fit certain students, and so we're going to pursue this. And we'll see what comes of it. Just so you do know, if we are successful in doing it and we launch, the funding for remote students is not at the same level as in person, but you'd rather pick up $5,000 than $0, because that's what it is. It's $5,000 for a kid who's in remote or virtual, and there's no waitings either. So just so you're aware of that. Okay. I've had a couple meetings with design build companies, chasing down that idea of the concession stand, restroom, building trades building out there at where it would be at the football field. Way too early to have any estimates for you whatsoever. But this is Ryan and I, we talked about it last month. We've gone over and made an ask of the state spark monies, possibly to help fund building this thing if we get those monies. If not, we can just use capital outlay. What's exciting about this particular project is not only is that the greatest eyesore in the district, as far as I'm concerned, the concession stand bathroom area, is it will help fund itself because of the CTE nature of it. Now, the return on investment is a long time, but it is nice that we'd have money coming in and yet one more opportunity for our kids to get fully versed up. Right now, we've got a really good relationship going with Garden City Community College, and of course, we'd want to maintain that. And so looking at all sorts of possibilities. So we've had a couple meetings, or I've had a couple meetings, and we'll see what comes of that. Final thing to talk about is we're at the end of the first semester. I truly couldn't be more pleased with how the semester has gone. It's calm, cool, and collective. It's a real sense of normalcy has come back to us this year, which I appreciate. I have no idea what tomorrow will bring, but as far as where we are right now, we've had school and we've stayed in school. And that's what we're trying to do and have regular academic and social events. Friday is a noon dismissal for the students, and the staff will be offering a, come and go meal, and board members, you are more than welcome. We'd love to see you there. Robin, the serving will begin at 12:30. So if you'd like to come pick up a brisket meal of some sort, come on in. It'll be in the high school lunchroom. Okay? That's my report.
All right. Okay, we'll move to buildings. Tom?
The only other thing, Ryan, I'll check that out tomorrow and see if we got something going on up there. That seems ridiculous. With this gas.
Yeah.
I know we got that heater turned down, so I will come back with an answer on that one.
Appreciate that.
Hey, Tom, in the Wiley building at the gym, why is there white stains up there on the gym at the ceiling?
Wiley,
Yep,
we cleaned them up last summer.
yeah.
They gotta be coming from that fiberglass stuff or something. We've investigated that.
Are they leaking somewhere? That looks like water stains. Okay.
Every time it rains, we have water on the floor.
Yeah. That floor
And along that wall.
along the wall,
That I did not know.
you need to look at that.
We'll get that taken care of.
There's leaks all over that school. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Tom. And he's not here.
Yeah, grounds.
Lance is busy.
He's coaching basketball.
Okay, so we will move to transportation and Sam.
Nothing other than what was on my report. Still 2 drivers down, and beating the bushes trying to get people to reply.
Okay, thanks, Sam. Okay, and food services,
She's had gone to the dentist, and so she's not here
okay.
tonight. She
And
can't.
so now we'll go to technology and Mr. Ackerman.
Nothing further?
Thank you. All right, on to the principals. Mrs. Albright.
I just want to talk about a few things that we have going on at Wiley. This week on Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be offering clubs for our students, just an hour a day, and we've involved quite a few community members. I think El Rancho is going to have some students over to do chip making. We have some community members coming in and doing different clubs. Our students are going to be going to the high school to do pottery with Joel up there in the art room. And so all kinds of fun opportunities for our students just to kind of end the semester here. And we also have been doing a kindness challenge. Mrs. Novak headed this up, and each day on our morning announcements, she gives the students a challenge each day. And if they do the challenge that she gives them, they write their name on a little Christmas light bulb that they put on this display in our hallway, and the display is pretty impressive. One of our second graders, Gael Montez, actually drew it free-handed, and it's pretty amazing. So I have that picture included in my report if you'd like to take a look. So a few little fun things happening this month that the kids are enjoying.
All right, thank you. All right, Mrs. Tyne.
Well, I was planning to talk about clubs as well, so you can hear a little bit about how clubs are going at Holcomb Elementary School. We have our first set this Thursday. It's 45 minutes, and then those will continue. We'll have 2 more sessions throughout the year, so once in the third quarter and once in the fourth quarter. Really excited about that. I have a group on sign language. I'm pretty limited in that, but I did find some resources to help me out. So it's fun. We mix 3rd through 5th grade. They're able to meet some new people, hopefully build some relationships with some different adults in the building. All of our paras have a group. Our teachers, myself, Mrs. Gifford, we try to involve everybody, and we have a few family members coming in as well to lead some clubs. So really excited about that. The kids enjoy it. They get to pick 5 that they would be interested in, and then just in order to make the groups manageable, they get one of those 5 that they would get to be in for the year. So really excited. This is the first time we've had it where we will just continue with the same group for 3 sessions throughout the year. So excited to see how that goes.
All right, thank you. Mr. Helton.
And Tyler, when the time comes, I'll have you introduce the team cuisine. I'll have you introduce the.
Oh, okay.
When the time comes.
Two things. First, I believe is in my report, just for parents and students both to know that in January we'll be doing our elective interest inventory, which comes out every January. Gives kids a chance to voice what kind of electives they'd like to see at the middle school. Helps keep what we're offering relevant to their interests. And then the second one, I believe Thursday evening, we had sent out just a kind of a public service announcement on social media. There wasn't any particular incident that made us put that out there, but social media gets into our schools. I'd say probably once every 2 weeks, I have some kind of discipline with social media that bled into the school somehow. So it does disrupt the learning environment. So just need partnership from our parents on that. So that's why that went out, and try to make that more regular. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Johnson.
I guess a couple things that we got going on at the high school that I'm kind of proud of. One is our student council. We are having our student council be more involved into decision-making at the high school as far as what they'd like to see. We had a great meeting this last 2 weeks ago. Maybe it was last week. I meet with them over lunch on our hybrid days, which works out really well because half the kids are in lunch and then the other half kids are in seminars, so it's a really good time on hybrid days to be able to have good meetings. And we really got into what their vision for the school is, and then why is it that they want to change some certain things. And I was blown away by these kids' responses because they actually took the time to really investigate what they feel like is going on at the school, and then really dug down into some problems that they feel like that they have a chance to change. And so some of these, we did some mind mapping activities and drilled down and asked the question why 5 times, so they couldn't just come up with, well, this is why. They had to keep asking the question 5 times to get down, and they came up some really, really, really deep responses that they want to affect some change. So I'm really excited about these kids. The high school kids that we have this year, I've been blown away by the maturity that they have and the intent to actually want to help people and actually make some effective change. So we have monthly meetings, so our next one's going to actually institute kind of something that they want to see, like a change to what we consider, like Dr. Myers always says, a change to our DNA. So to be able to say, something new that they want to see. So that'll be something to look forward to in January, we know what our problem is now that they want to attack, and so to see what they come up with as far as how they want to attack that problem is going to be kind of cool to see with the leadership we have. The other thing that's going to be coming out second semester is we're looking into what they call e-hall pass right now. It's a digital hall pass. It's something that is integrated through Google, so our Google login is going to be seamless into it. But in order for a student that want to go to the bathroom or go to a different teacher's class or set up an appointment with a counselor, they're the ones that are actually going to have to create the pass. It's a database system that we purchase, but it tracks them, so it'll track and see how many times kids are out of a class, how long they're out of that class, how many times during a day they're out of that class, and if it actually has what they call a contract tracer, which means that how many people are out of the class at the same time during that class and where they're meeting up, and then you can set limitations onto it. The purpose of it is just to be able to have a more of an accountability measure for us to be able to know who's out into the hallways during classes, and then trying to cut down on the number of time we have students that roam in the hallways so that we can have more instructional time with it. Teachers are really, really excited with it. Teachers are the ones that really wanted to see something going forward. I'm not so sure that students are going to be really, really pumped up about it, because it's going to, like I told the teachers, is I was the kid in high school that went to the bathroom and I ended up in the gym 90% of the time. So it would really lock me down of what I did in high school. I'm very social. I like to visit other classrooms when I was in high school, and I usually never made it to a full English class ever. So this thing is designed for kids like me, that we're not necessarily troublemakers, but we like to go socialize. So that'll be coming in January.
So it should cut down on the tohu-bohu. Close.
what-
Dang it.
Yeah, whatever that is, yeah.
It's one of the words of the week.
Yeah.
It means chaos, if I could ever say it properly, but I can't. The ladies know how to say it, but go ahead.
All right.
Thanks, guys. All right, let's move to unfinished business and teen cuisine
All right,
presentation.
we've talked about it a little bit earlier, but now we're here officially. It's time for the teen cuisine presentation. Mr. Helton will do a little bit of an introduction. If I remember correctly, this did come about from your student survey process that you mentioned earlier, so.
Yeah, that was probably but the second year we did the electus interest inventory. We put that on there just as another way to, how it kind of breaks out is in the fall, we ask staff, are there things, because you have to be licensed, teacher has to be certified to teach it, whatever it is we're offering, but are there things out that fall in your licensure that we don't currently offer that you'd be interested in doing? And so the first time it was Mr. Dwarf said I'd be interested in doing something with that. And then with the kid feedback in that January, we had more than we could fit into the class who said they were interested in some kind of culinary science that we didn't already offer with the high school through our FACS program. So it would start off as one elective with 22, 23 kids in it, and we could only be 8th grade because we couldn't fit any 7th grade in. That's how many 8th graders wanted it. And then we had enough this year that we expanded it to a second offering, and Ms. Hughes is doing the second section of it. So again, that's just the election inventory in action. We want education to be relevant to our kids. We had astronomy and meteorology in there for 1 year. It wasn't real popular, so we yanked it out. We replaced it with something else. So just trying to keep things going with what kids are interested in. So I'll introduce our student presenters. And guys, if you want to go up to the front, you can. We have Alejandro. He's gonna introduce their presentation. He's going to start it for us. So we have Yoslin, Caitlin, Araceli, and Dana.
Just make sure the little green light's on. Yep, and talk into the mic.
Do I press it?
No, if it's on, it's on.
All right, so my name is Alejandro, and I just wanted to tell you guys about how much I like having teen cuisine in our school. I feel like it teaches me how to make food besides ramen noodles and warm-up stuff. It's taught me a lot of like stuff where I can kind of help myself without having to have other people help me through doing stuff. So it's a really great class that I like having. And we've cooked all types of stuff. We've cooked chicken, we've cooked beef, we've cooked ground beef, we've cooked all types of delicious stuff. Sometimes they smell good, they don't taste best, like some stuff, but hopefully, let's hope you guys like this.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so my name is Yoslin Garcia, and I'm here to talk about how teamwork is something really important in teen cuisine, because, without teamwork, you aren't able to get along with your teammates, and you aren't able to get, whatever you have done. And I personally really enjoy being in teen cuisine. I really enjoy having those 48 minutes to, be able to learn some good life skills, So, thank you.
Hi, my name's Caitlin. I'm talking about the math that you have to do with measuring, with cooking. So, today we did, what is it called? It's a pasta. It's a chicken Alfredo pasta. And we had to measure the Parmesan cheese in it, and nobody knew what the 0.25 was. So we had to ask Ms. Hughes because we didn't know. So we were going to look it up, but we didn't want to do that because that's not what you should do when you're measuring something. So she told us that it was 1/4 of a cup. And how I do it was 4 quarters to $1. You would do 25 would be 1/4, because it's 1 and, okay, that's what I did.
Yeah.
That's how I measured the 0.25 to it. And it was pretty easy, but once you get used to it,
Sure, yeah.
That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Araceli Ibarra, and I'll be talking about some of the units we did in Teen Cuisine. I think my two favorite units we did is the smoking unit and the box meal unit. On the smoking unit, I really liked it because I think it teaches us how to do stuff by ourselves and not depend on our parents or any adults. And with the boxing unit, it helped us deal with like saving money and measuring stuff too. And like listening to instructions and stuff. And that's it.
My name is Dana, and I'm going to talk about the field trip we went on for Teen Cuisine. We basically went to Dillon's and we picked out foods for cooking, like a whole meal. And basically we had like a limited amount of money, and we needed to make sure we didn't go over the budget. So we picked out the food that we wanted, like a main course like cornbread and like macaroni and stuff, boxed meals. And basically we couldn't go over budget, so we had to be careful with that. And honestly, I think it was like really fun. And it was kind of like scary. Like if you went over budget, then yeah, it would be over with. But no,
That's real life. That's real life. It'd be like it's over.
No,
To the government. You have to take the stuff back and put it back.
Been there.
no, but
Been there.
my team actually did good. Like we had like $2 left or something. Yeah, that's all I got.
Snicker bar.
They didn't let us, that's the worst part.
I know. They didn't let us.
I was about to just, let's just look at something and just.
Yeah, like a Reese's.
Looking at all times, I'm like.
So,
She'd run on top of you,
So-
isn't she?
so what do you have to offer tonight? What is being offered to the board tonight? What did you guys bring, food-wise?
So for Teen Cuisine, we brought biscuits and then pork and then mashed potatoes. I almost cut my fingers, so you guys. There's a
Gonna
little
find a
blood.
finger in there?
Green beans casseroles, which I don't know. And rolls.
All right.
Very good.
Sounds awesome. We good. Thank y'all.
Yes,
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
And you are more than welcome to hang around for the rest of the board meeting. It just gets more and more exciting, but we understand if you need to depart. So,
Sean Sheets will start dancing in about 10 minutes, so.
Dancing here in a minute.
Thanks, kids. All right, let's move to farm project update.
okay, we've launched. Through the first semester, your crack farm subcommittee, Jill, Ryan, and Matt, met every other week or so, with Mammoth and making, decisions and recommendations and, getting it all honed in. Today, I signed the, what's it called? Notice to proceed. The official document says, okay, let's go. It's rolling. They will actually start doing, groundwork. They said January 1. They said, would you mind? I said, January 3? Okay. So come on in. Sooner the better. So they'll actually start doing that. By getting this launched today, we had to have it done by the 15th, they're pretty doggone sure that they'll meet the deadline of July 31st. So that's good. We did have some additions that went into it, deciding to heat the entire building. The county's making us put in a little bit of parking, ADA parking, and then there was an issue with the water meter. So the cost, the overall is going from $712 to $776. But once again, it'll be split out over 2 years, time. So, like I said, we're just moving along now at this point. And that, the way they do it, they call it the guaranteed maximum price. And in that number, there's built in a 3% contingency. And so if we don't use it, that comes back to us. So if somebody wants to do the math on that, it's fine. So right on track. And I know that, we put in that road to get out there so that, it wouldn't be rutting up the, as they're putting the deliveries and whatnot, and also ultimately as the elementary kids are going up there to take care of, their individual animals. Because the vision is each building will have an animal, and so then they'll have a good road on which to drive. But along with the Teen Cuisine stuff that came out there, talking about cooperation and responsibility and not having to have mom and dad take care of them, if you'll recall, one of the things I'm most excited about with this whole farm project are the success skills that come along with it. There's a guy I know who said to me, the cows have got to eat. And what that basically means is day in, day out, there's certain responsibilities you got to take care of. So happy to be to the place where we are. We're exactly where we need to be with the building of the barn. So any questions?
What, have they fixed the road? Remember how it was rutting up?
Yeah, according to Sam and Tom, it's just going to have to get hot. They rolled it. They took a roller out. I mean, this was a local. This had nothing to do with Mammoth. They took a roller, went out and got a roller and rolled it out, but it needs to heat up before it will really harden. So, waiting for Mother Nature.
Okay.
It's been 70 degrees in December.
Yeah, really. Somebody told me once it gets 95 or so, that's when it's going to really take. I guess we can catch it on fire. No, I'm joking. We're not going to do that. What?
They have that.
Yeah,
They have a truck with the fire out the back, and they just.
Yep. No?
We don't want to do that. It hasn't rained in 3 months.
We're officially not doing that on our school property.
As long as Lance isn't the one driving the vehicle.
You know what? I have seen those out on the highways. You're right. We're not doing it. Okay.
All right. Any further questions? Okay, we will move to the KISA work.
All right, if you recall, we're fully accredited. We finished our first cycle with accreditation back in whenever it was, before the school year. And we've been involved with the pilot of possibly seeing what happens with the new accreditation system. It's the same system, but maybe we'll be able to tweak it here and there to make it even more user-friendly and more pertinent. Our team has attended 2 different work sessions down in Sublette. The third one's coming up here in January. A plethora of work has taken place. Just examined a whole slew of data, academic, social, emotional, fiscal, demographic, everything. And we've come up with what we consider to be our prioritized data points, where our efforts will be. Where we are in process right now. Things could adjust as we move down the pike. And I'll talk about those in just a little bit. And then we have a meeting coming up early January. We've defined these prioritized areas, and we're with a root cause analysis. And like Jerry kind of alluded to, we look at whatever it is and then start asking the question why. But why? Until we get it down to a definitive, that's it right there. That's what we've got to do to impact this prioritized point. At this point, the 3 that we're looking at is we want to reduce the number of students in Tier 3 of within math and ELA. That's an MTSS phrase. You got tiers and then you got levels. So I'll talk about levels here in a little bit. And the idea being all students are at level 1, and as we start diagnosing issues here and there, maybe some learning needs, they might go up to level 2. And if it still doesn't get it, then it goes up to level 3. If it still doesn't get it, that's when a staffing occurs and the student might end up in special ed. Okay? So the idea is we want to get as many kids down to level 1 as possible. We don't want them at level 3. And so we're trying to decrease that percentage. And right now, last data points we had showed 15% of our kids were Tier 3 with ELA and 12% with math. So we want to get those down. That's the name of that game, is to lower it. The other 2 data points, though, deal with the Kansas State assessments and the ACT, both one within math and one within English. And on this one, we want to move up. So the other one we want to go down. This one we want to go up. We have too many kids on level 1. Tier versus level. Phraseology that they use. So we want more of our students to be at levels 3 and 4. 2 is acceptable, but what we want is 3 and 4. And we have too many, in my mind's eye, at level 1. So then the question will be, when we do the root cause analysis, we'll say, but why? What is the reason? What's going on? Through this process at this point, we've identified strengths, real strengths of the district, and some growth areas. We have quality post-secondary progress. We do well there. Our CELPA scores, that's ESL world, 100 of 105 of our ESL kids are proficient. And the whole purpose of ESL is to get kids out of ESL. So, I mean, that's good. As a whole, we have very few major discipline issues. I mean, at times, kids are kids, things happen, but we relatively have very few. The elementary MTSS program it's robust, it's strong. And so that's a strength we want to build on. Take the lessons we've learned there and take them to other portions of the district, which will show up here in the growth area in just a moment. Really important, perception-wise, the teachers as a whole pretty much recognize the importance of aligning the curriculum, and they tend to agree on what they're seeing, that's really good. If everybody's on the same page, it's easier to get moving forward on it. Then also really identified a strength is our approach to trauma. The kids and adults who are in trauma. There are others, but those are the ones that I wanted to highlight. Potential growth areas for us, with work we're going to do. We have a pretty high chronic absenteeism. To be chronically absent means more than 10% of the days. That's 18 days. Over 20% of our kids are chronically absent. It's kind of hard to do well in school if you're not in school. And so there are a variety of reasons for all that, but I tend to believe attendance is a habit. Jerry was talking about his days back in school. Well, pretty much my senior year, Fridays were optional. They weren't officially optional, but they became optional for me because I was a free-range chicken. And it did, just by not physically being there, it's difficult to do well. We need to do better on our state assessment results, our ACT results. I mentioned it a second ago. We're going to take the MTSS approach at the elementaries and move it to the secondary, honing in on the individual needs of each kid, particularly in math and ELA. And we've got the superstructure in place. Now we've got people. Now we need to know what we're really, really doing. And so Randy and Amy are talking about creating protocols, which would basically, if a kid's in level 1, teach whatever. I mean, as long as it's standard. If you're at level 2, or tier 2, now you have these options. Here's your buffet of what you might want to use to teach the kids. And it's all evidence-based and research-based. You go to tier 3, here's what you've got to use. Okay, this will put the bullet in the gun of the teachers to use. That's a bad metaphor. This will be the strategies that will be well used to help impact the scores how we want them to be impacted. And then finally, the growth area are individual plans of study, trying to get that K-12. We've been doing it 6-12, but in my mind's eye, it begins in kindergarten or before then. And that's that whole idea of personalizing the educational experience. So we are in process. The team's working hard. After they go down, we do all the different work, bring it back, and the principals work with their building leadership teams and ultimately get it back out to the staff. So we're doing it the way it's supposed to be done. We'll see what comes of the whole thing, because I'm fearful the state is leading us down the primrose path of a different version of No Child Left Behind, because they talked about, well, you choose a couple indicators and you focus on those and move forward. Well, good, great. Then they talked about the definition of accredited, conditionally accredited, and non-accredited. Okay, fully accredited means you're showing progress with your efforts and student academic success. All right. Conditionally is you're showing progress with what you're doing, but not showing progress on student academic success. So I raised my little hand, said, what does that mean, student academic success? Well, I did not get a straight answer. And is this the first among equals? And does that really mean state assessments? And if that is, then this is No Child Left Behind dressed up with lipstick. That's what it is. I got voted off the KSDE island a while back, so I'm not afraid to voice my opinion. It shouldn't be just that, as far as I'm concerned. So, principals, you got anything you want to add about any of this process and or where we're sitting, or your opinion? As long as it agrees with my opinion. They're scared.
I'm not.
Any questions from anybody else?
All right. Thank you. All right. Let's move to new business and early graduation requests.
It's a part of board policy that seniors who are on track to graduate, taking care of business, they have the opportunity to apply to the board with a plan, support from their parents, and you have the materials to address. Of the 9 that got approved last year, 8 did exactly what they said they were going to be doing. The 9th one was totally on track to get to as well, but has decided to stay for the second semester. That's a success, as far as I'm concerned. I believe this is a quality, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to offer our students if they have the opportunity to move to the next level of schooling and or life, get on getting on. I mean, this is what the individual plans of study are about. It's about individualizing the educational journey. So, as a board, I recommend that we approve the request. The names need to be read into the record. So, any questions for me or Jerry?
Okay. So I need a motion to approve the early graduation for, Aguiar Rodriguez Zara, Chance Eikenberry, Ariella Garcia Gonzalez, Trevor Corby, Nevea Medina, Brandon Nunez, Milana Pena, Jolette Rascon, Anaya Reyes Cisneros, and Sari Salamanca Perez. So it's Zara Aguiar Rodriguez, the first one. Yeah.
So moved. Second.
There's Ryan Ruda and Sean. It's moved and seconded to approve the early graduation requests of the 10 students I just named off. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
May I have that sheet back, please?
Yes. Okay. Now let's move to donations.
We have, you had 2 in your packet, and then we have 2 more to add for you. Donations and or grants that we receive. In order for us to realize those monies, the board has to accept them or choose not to. I hope you accept. I would recommend that you choose to accept them. The Patterson Family Foundation School Pandemic Relief Grant, and Robin Witzke deserves all the credit for this because I looked at that and said, okay, moving on. I'd forgotten that we'd done it last year. And she says, well, you might want to think about it again. So, all right, wrote it up and we got it. So, yay. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks, Robin.
Yeah, thank you. $9,910 worth of stuff for PPE and whatnot. And we have used those monies so as not to use money we already had. So that's all good. $3,000 from Pepsi. That's tied back to the contract that we'd signed 3 or 4 years ago. We're choosing to use that money this year for the ELA resources. So that's a good thing. The final 2, it's a celebration. Stacy Cundiff, one of our school nurses, wrote to and received 2 different $1,000 grants from Blue Cross Blue Shield. They're called the Healthy Habits for Life grants. $1,000 for Wiley Elementary School to put in playground equipment for the 3 and 4-year-olds. And then $1,000 for Holcomb Elementary School to help contribute to the sensory wall, which ties into all our trauma-informed practices. So you have 4 different grants and or donations to accept, and I recommend you accept them all.
Matt, I make that motion that we.
Okay, Jill and Curtis moved and seconded to accept the donations as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Also, I do want to mention, just learned today, remember the grant that Dina wrote, and we received it for the playground? We finally got the last of those dollars. So they gave us $20,000 up front. We got the other $20,000 late last week. So now that process or project is done. It's capped. We'll see if they do it again, right, Randy? Do the grant. So that's a celebration as well.
Yes. All right. So we need to go into executive session. Let's see.
You better give time to get food.
Yeah. Let's go. What do you say we go in at, what time is it? Let's go in at 6:54 for 45 minutes to include Dr. Myers and all 4 principals, correct?
Needed.
As needed. Okay? Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Jill?
Second it.
Jill and we'll go with you, Casey. It's your first time speaking tonight. Okay, moved and seconded to go into executive session at 6:54 for 45 minutes. Dr. Myers, principals as needed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. That's right. Repent.
For a year.
Went to chapel every Wednesday. All right, we're back in session. I need a motion to hire Allison Archuleta at Holcomb Elementary School.
So moved.
Second. Curtis and Sean. Moved and seconded to hire Allison Archuleta. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to hire Erica Fry as a full-time para at Holcomb Elementary School.
So moved.
Second it.
Ruda and Jill. Moved and seconded to hire Erica Fry. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? All right, I need a motion to hire Kirsten Hartman as a HIL at Holcomb Middle School.
So moved.
Sean and Curtis. Moved and seconded to hire Kirsten. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I need a motion to hire Margaretha Unger as a full-time para at Holcomb Elementary School.
So moved.
Second it.
Ruda and Jill. Moved and seconded to hire Margaretha. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to hire Naomi Talavera as a full-time transportation director's assistant.
So moved.
Jill. And Schreibvogel. Moved and seconded to hire Naomi. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to hire Ascension Garcia Gutierrez as a part-time custodian.
Second.
Be Schreibvogel and Ruda. All those been moved and seconded to hire Ascension. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I need a motion to hire Ashley Brown as a special ed route driver.
So moved.
Jill?
Second.
Sean? Moved and seconded to hire Ashley. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to approve the supplementals as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Jill and Curtis. Moved and seconded to approve the supplementals as presented. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Anybody else have any business? Need a motion to adjourn.
Yep.
Or second it.
Ruda and Jill. Moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?